There's a particular kind of anticipation that settles in before a shakedown hike. It's a blend of excitement and a healthy dose of trepidation. You're testing gear, testing endurance, and maybe, just maybe, testing your own sanity. This trip, it was all about the latter. 8 miles with a loaded pack, and a first-time dance with a camping hammock. A dance I'd soon discover had 2 left feet. Our journey began not on the trail, but with a respectful detour to the Emilio Carranza Memorial. He was known as the Lindbergh of Mexico, a young aviation pioneer who tragically lost his life in 1928, attempting a return flight from New York to Mexico City. A sudden thunderstorm over the New Jersey Pinelands brought his journey to a heartbreaking end. It's a somber reminder of the raw power of nature, a force we often seek to conquer, or at least respectfully navigate. From the memorial, my trusty GX, a beast of a machine for these sandy pine barren roads, carried me deeper into Wharton State Forest, towards the Batona Campground.
All right, so we made it to our spot here. I'm at the Batona Campground, Wharton State Forest right now. I'm just going to do a little tune-up for the upcoming trip that I have coming up with Bill from Maximum Outdoors and a few other YouTubers. So I just want to make sure that all my gear is working properly and I'm able to set up everything. This will be my first time staying in a hammock, so I want to make sure that I can set this thing up right and it's comfortable and everything. So I did set it up in the backyard, but that doesn't really count. So another thing is tonight's supposed to be the coolest night, I think, out of the week. So it could drop down to upper 40s tonight. So I have my underquilt and a wooby, which is pretty much just a warm blanket that packs down. So I have all that and I'm going to test it out. I did cheat. So everything that I'm carrying in the pack is what I'll be carrying with me on the hike that I'm doing with Bill in a few weeks. But I did bring a few items in the car just in case I do get uncomfortable with the underquilt and everything. So I did bring a extra sleeping bag, extra pillow, and then I'll show you the pack here. So that is my pack. It's more for hunting. It's got a nice frame and everything. I think it'll be all right. It's, it's a little on the heavy side, but so yeah, everything's in there that I'll be carrying. I'm not ditching weight or anything. I want to make sure that I'm carrying the full load on this shakedown trip. So I'm going to suit up and we'll start hiking over to Apple Pie Hill. See you.
Shouldered my pack, a formidable 30 pounds, and headed north onto the Batona Trail. Our destination, Apple Pie Hill.
So we're at mile marker 31 and a half, which ironically, that's probably about my pack weight. I added some Gatorade and stuff to it too, so it's a little heavier than when I weighed it at home. But yeah, this is cool. I think we're going to see Tea Time Hill, which is kind of like a pretty well-known spot for people that do the Batona Trail through hike. This area got pretty messed up, I think the last 2 years in a row with forest fires and stuff. So I was originally going to stay at the Lower Forge Campground, but that one's still closed due to the forest fire they had back in June of this year.
The trail unwound before me, a 4-mile stretch in, 4 miles out, a full 8 miles through this unique ecosystem. The Pine Barrens, with their scrubby oaks and towering pines, hold a rugged beauty. We crossed a small bridge, the sound of running water a soothing counterpoint to the crunch of my boots. Further on, 3 wooden footbridges guided us over trickling streams. But this particular section of the trail bore the scars of a recent past. A forest fire, a mere 14 months prior in July of 2024, had swept through.
Yeah, you can see this area was burned pretty bad. I think 2 years in a row. I know for sure there's a big fire that started over this way in July of 2024. Actually, it might have been 4th of July. I think they blamed it on somebody lighting fireworks off here. Some idiot lit the forest on fire. So I do know this section of the Batona Trail was closed for a while too, while they're, still, I guess it was smoldering and stuff for weeks afterwards. So, but yeah, you can just kind of see like how this place is all charred over here. So we do got the new growth coming through on the floor. Trees look like they're pretty resilient here. So I'm not seeing anything that's just like obviously dead. They're just pretty much just toasted and still alive. They still have some green on them. Actually, nope, I lied. Here comes looks like this section. Pretty dried up here. Kind of see. And there's a few other dead ones there. That's a hardwood. But yeah, when you're out this way, or no matter where you are, just be careful with your fires and don't light fireworks off in the middle of the forest. It's pretty easy, right?
Charred pine trees stood like sentinels, most having bravely survived the blaze. Yet, beneath them, a vibrant tapestry of green underbrush had already begun its reclamation. It was mid-September, and hints of yellow and red were starting to fleck the verdant landscape, a prelude to the full autumnal transformation that would sweep through in a few weeks.
This area looks like it got hit pretty hard by fire, so looks like a lot of dead pine trees back here. Tell you what though, man, they do a nice job maintaining this. They have crossed like 3 or 4 bridges so far. Everything was in good shape. Sometimes when you come across things, bridges and stuff, you'll have missing planks and that kind of stuff where they're just really off camber. But yeah, everything's been cool. I haven't seen any trash on the trail or anything. So good job, everybody that's been hiking this. So, but yeah, you can just see behind me, this is just really, really burnt up. So yeah, the floor looks good, but trees and everything are These aren't coming back, so I'm gonna have to start over here. Do you see a hill? I don't know if this is tea time hill or not. Hoping it is. If there's a bench there, I would like to sit down and take a load off for a few minutes. But yeah, that's the thing too, man, with this being all burnt, any of the logs that would be suitable for sitting on are all burnt up, so really no place to stop and have a seat. But it's getting close to snack time. Probably about an hour and a half into this. I think I'm about 2.5 miles in, I think, at this point. But yeah, I'm really hoping this is Apple Pie Hill up here, so we'll see if there's a bench in the sign. I do wish I remembered to download the offline map, so I have no idea how close I am to anything. Just following the blazes. The All Trails app on my phone is marking my progress as far as time and mileage, but I have no idea. There's no map that accompanies that information, so I'm not sure how close I am to any of the markers or Apple Pie Hill or anything. So, all right, let's see. Well, so far no bench. Keep looking up in the trees to see if I can see the sign. Oh, I think we're here. I do see a bench here. Looks like the tree. Can't read it, but looks like there's 2 signs up here. So, alrighty. Yep, there it is. Awesome.
The halfway point brought a welcome respite at Tea Time Hill, a well-known resting spot along the Batona. For a precious 20 minutes, my shoulders relished the freedom from the heavy pack. I rehydrated, savored a snack of chocolate-covered nuts and berries, and let the quiet of the forest wash over me. Close to Apple Pie Hill, which is up here. So this is awesome. It's glad I was able to get the service and get an idea of like how close we were. So it doesn't seem like it's too far. Yeah, we'll go to Apple Pie Hill, climb the hill, get some footage, turn back around, head back to camp, and then start getting set up with everything. So cool. All right, well, I'm just gonna sit here a few more minutes, give my feet a rest, give my shoulders a rest mostly, and we'll pick it up back on the trail. But the trail called, and soon the pack was back in place, Apple Pie Hill beckoning.
All right, well, that little break came right at a good time. Feeling a lot better. Got some Gatorade in me. Had some snacks. Shoulders feel a lot better. So, yeah, we're just going to keep going onward towards Apple Pie Hill. I'm guessing we're probably about 1.5 miles away. Somewhere abouts there. Yeah, it's been great. I haven't seen anybody out here the entire time. It's so quiet. Sounds like I still have reception too. My phone's still making noises, so I guess that little bit of elevation in the Pine Barrens does make a difference here. So we got a road crossing here. I'm not sure. It's one of those paper roads. I don't know where this leads to, but it's fun driving back here. I've driven, I think about 2 years ago, I took a drive to Apple Pie Hill. That was in like November. It was pretty cold, I remember. So yeah, I've been here before. Unfortunately, I think people are vandalizing things. You're no longer allowed to climb the fire tower, which sucks because, from what I understand, you can get views on a clear day like today. You can see Atlantic City and Philadelphia from the fire tower. So that would have been pretty cool. I doubt it would come up on camera though, especially since I don't have my main camera with the lenses, different lenses and stuff. So, but yeah, it'd be really cool to check out up there. So I don't know, maybe we'll get lucky. I do know if somebody's there on duty, they'll let you up. So maybe we'll get lucky. I'm not really holding my breath on that though, but never know. So, all right, well, we are continuing east to Apple Pie Hill. This area looks like it's recovering pretty well. So you can see it's all burnt up over here too. But everything's still a nice green. You got a little bit of the fall color coming through on the low brush. Probably in a few more weeks this will all be like a golden color. Right, touches of red mixed in with the browns and the greens from the pine trees, but still a few weeks off from that. Not looking forward to the time change though.
More charred pines passed by, each one a testament to resilience.
All right, we are very close. See a car parked over here coming up, and then the road's blocked, so then it goes up. So made it to Apple Pie Hill. Keep looking up. I don't see the fire tower yet though, but this is it. This is the last road we got to cross, and then it's like uphill. So I'm just still waiting for the tower to come into view.
Then a flash of red and white through the trees. The fire tower at Apple Pie Hill.
Apple Pie Hill elevation 205 feet. Wharton State Forest. Oh man. Alrighty. And then the Batona picks up over here to head over to Long's Hat, which is the northern tip of the trail, 18 miles from Apple Pie Hill. I think the Batona Trail is like 52 miles total, but doesn't look like anybody's here.
At the top, a picnic table offered a welcome seat. More water, another snack, and a moment to appreciate the deepening hues of the afternoon sky.
right, 4 miles in, 4 miles back. We're gonna turn around, head back to camp, get set up with the hammock and everything. This took me about 2 hours to get in here. Yeah, my time's all screwed up because it has stops and everything. But yeah, we're at 4 miles, 4.12 miles. Elevation gain 284 feet. And time from when I left camp was 2 hours, 46 minutes. So probably been sitting around for about a half hour up here and probably about 15 minutes at Tea Time Hill. So yeah, so we're gonna head back and get set up. So it was cool. Whole time I was out here, I didn't think anybody else was around, but I ended up running into 3 guys on the way out. They were on their way out. I think I parked next to them when I stopped at the memorial for some footage. And I ran into 2 nice people I sat here and had a conversation with for probably about 20 minutes. They're from the area. They just did I guess like a little day hike or whatever, but it was nice chatting with them. And yeah, just talk about different places to check out and everything. So okay, so let's get the walking. 3.8 miles back to the memorial. We're not going to the memorial though. We're going to the Batona Campground, which is a little bit further of a hike. That's okay. So probably not going to record too much going out or going back because it's going to be the same scenery as it was coming in. So I'll save the battery, save the memory card space for later when I get back, start setting up camp and everything. So I think I'm just going to book it out of here, try to get back where I have enough time before it gets too dark. It's probably getting dark around 7 o'clock now. So what time is it now? Let me see. Oh, it's 4 o'clock. So yeah, probably get back around like 6. Give me enough time to get the hammock set up and get settled in. So, all right, let's see. I can't. Made it back to camp about an hour and a half later. So yeah, total hiking distance, 7.85 miles, 4 hours and 12 minutes total. I could stop this actually. Oh man, all right, so yeah, the sun's starting to dip. Kind of see it over there, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the hammock up and then I'll start dinner. Dinner's gonna be easy. All I gotta do is boil water for on the Mountain House meals that I brought. So yeah, so we'll get started with that. All right, I think I'm gonna change my shoes first. Camp setup. I think I got it set up correctly. Looks right. But check it out. So I got a travel bird, oversized rain shield. This thing's really big. And then I got a travel bird hammock and a underquilt. I'm not really sure. I don't remember if that's travel bird or not. I don't think it is, but yeah, so we're all set up now. I think all that's left to do is make dinner, but I'm still tired from that hike. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hang out in the hammock for a little bit, and then I'll start boiling some water for dinner. So, all right, well, like I said, hammock's up, camp set up, and yeah, I'm just going to relax until it gets dark, and then probably go to bed early tonight. So it was a pretty long day. Hike felt good though. About, like I said, 8 miles, 30-pound pack. Feeling pretty confident for the meetup in 2 weeks. That's gonna be mountainous, but I think I'll be all right. So let's do my own pace. Should be okay.
low 50s temperature was perfectly managed by the quilts. I was warm, almost toasty. But comfort? Elusive. I twisted, I turned, I tried every contortion imaginable. The diagonal lay, the fetal position, the spread eagle starfish, nothing. My body simply refused to settle into that suspended embrace. For 3 hours I battled. 3 hours of tossing and turning, of quiet frustration growing into a full-blown declaration of defeat. At 11 p.m., I made the call. The hammock hang was a bust. I tore down camp under the glow of my headlamp, the rustle of fabric and the clink of gear echoing through the silent forest. An hour's drive home awaited, a bittersweet journey back to the familiar. So, for my upcoming backpacking adventure with my fellow YouTubers, it's back to basics. Back to what I know, what I trust, what guarantees a decent night's rest. A ground tent and a good sleeping pad. The hammock, for now, will remain a lesson learned, a challenge to be revisited another day. Because in the wilderness sometimes, the best laid plans of adventurers go awry, and a good night's sleep is a luxury you simply can't compromise.